Hey everybody, this is Avaris Paradox, and welcome to the My Gaming Life vlog for the upcoming week of October 18th, 2015. So, there's going to be a couple of announcements, mostly regarding the content that's going to be coming out for the rest of the holiday season of Halloween for October. I have finished Soma, and I'm going to get the rest of those episodes out as soon as possible, given time and just editing and encoding time willing. And then after that, I'm going to be focusing on a couple of smaller horror titles, one of them including Albino Lullaby, which if you haven't heard about that, I would definitely recommend looking it up. It's touting itself as a game that tries to scare you without using jump scares, which is something that I'm kind of interested to see how they're going to pull that off, whether it's just going to be shock factor, or whether they're going to use some kind of weird binaural sound effects or whatever. But that's something I'm really looking forward to taking a look at. There's a couple of other smaller games, because I wanted to, toward the end of this month, Fatal Frame 3 comes out, and I should have an image right here now. And that is a series that I've been deeply in love with since it originally came out on the PS2 back in, I think, the late 90s. But basically, it's a game that centers around the main character being in a situation where their only means of defense against very aggressive and oftentimes deadly ghosts is the use of a mystical camera. And it was always a very, very good game because of the fact that you could only fight the ghosts with the camera, which means you had to stop whatever you were doing, aim the camera, and then take the picture that did damage to the ghost. But you were also in situations where the ghosts might be faster than other ghosts, or they could teleport, or they could do other crazy weird things that completely threw you off, and obviously the sound design and the level design also added to that creep factor. Now, this is I do believe, the 5th in the series. We actually did get the first 3 over here, but I think the 4th one was a Japan exclusive, or maybe a Nintendo market exclusive. Now, Fatal Frame, which I think it's the Maiden of the Black Water, if I recall correctly, which is the one I'm going to be looking at, is the 5th in the franchise, and it's going to be on the Wii U, so I also have to look into what Nintendo's policies are about recording and streaming, because from what I understand, their policy with a lot of their games is if they're not making money, you don't get to record their footage, so we'll see how that turns out. Another game I'm going to be looking at is The Park, which is made by Funicom, which I haven't heard too much about. It actually kind of snuck up on me, and I happened to read an article about it on Kotaku. And it centers around a mom who has lost their child in a extremely creepy amusement park. And it has interesting mechanics in the fact that you wander around, you find clues to try and figure out what happened to your kid, and you can also call out, but calling out has both benefits and consequences. So you might end up luring out one of the not-so-nice denizens of this abandoned amusement park, or you could end up something else horrible happening. You don't know, and that's what makes it very interesting for me. And plus, the graphical design seems to be pretty well done. And that's pretty much what I'm looking forward to looking at toward the end of this month. Like I said, I'm going to be looking at Albino Lullaby probably within the next 2 weeks, because I really want to see how that turns out. There's a couple of other games that I want to do that are shorter, they're more indie titles, and I'm going to look at that as soon as I can, and hopefully get the videos out to you as quickly as possible. Aside from that, me personally, I've been playing a lot of Disgaea 5, like I said on my first My Gaming Life vlog, and that was probably going to eat a lot of my free time that I wasn't using recording, and I decided not to stream just because I couldn't figure out how to get it to stream and to not how to get it to stream, but a proper format to do a game like that involves a lot of grinding. The Disgaea series kind of touts itself in just hours played, because you can work your team to be however you want it, but it's extremely time consuming. So at some point I could probably do something like only the story missions to get the story out online, but I'm not sure. And honestly, that just feels like more work than it would probably be worth the benefit. Upcoming this week, Halo 5, I'm going to be playing that. I'll probably be streaming it for MRCG, which if you don't know who MRCG is, if you're watching this on MRCG, you should probably know who MRCG is. It's Murder Raid Conquer Gaming. It's a network, it's a YouTube network community of various content creators, streamers. I'm going to be doing at least one show. I haven't decided on a format for them yet. that's going to exclusively be on their channel, so look forward to that. I'm probably going to be bringing back the weekly indie one-shots at some point on my primary channel as soon as I come up with a format and a sort of an overlay of what I'm going to be doing. MRCG actually just had their 3rd episode Wednesday? Yes, Wednesday of this last week. So yesterday, if you're watching this on Thursday. It was on Thursday, my bad. That's right, it used to be on Wednesday and they ended up pushing it up a day because of conflicting time schedules. But I definitely recommend looking that up. There's a lot of great content creators, a lot of great streamers on there. And I definitely recommend checking it out. I will actually have a link either on this video or in the description below to their channel, and specifically to their first 2 episodes of their live show, which I have been on since its inception. And it's great. It's a lot of conversations between a lot of like-minded gamers, what we're interested in, content that's coming up. Sometimes we talk about anime, sometimes we talk about things going on in the gaming industry in general. There's been a lot of talk about Destiny within the network, because that's a lot of the streamers' primary games right now is Destiny, as well as Metal Gear Online, which sadly I haven't been able to look at because time and work. But yeah, that's pretty much about it. If you want to look at MRCG, check out their content. They tend to put out content weekly. At least a lot of the big people on that channel tend to put out content weekly. They're keeping it fresh. I myself, like I said, I'll be putting out at least 1 show a week if I can pull it out, because right now I just have so much going on with my primary channel as well as family things going on. Haha, double entendre. I just realized that. That's going to be funny later. But yeah, so that's pretty much about it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns for me, if you want to ask me any questions that I can put on the MRCG live show for the guys there, also let me know. I'm trying to work as closely as possible with them to sort of flesh out the extent of the content, especially on MRCG Live, where we will discuss the topics, but we also are interested in hearing from our viewers and the community at large. So please look into that as well. And as always, I will see you in the next vlog. Bye-bye!